skin for me is a combination of diet, nutrition, and lifestyle. So we are kickstarting a 3-part series where in today's video, I'm going to talk about how diet and nutrition play a part in this. In the second video, we are going to talk about how lifestyle helps. And in the third and final video, we'll talk about the actual skincare topically. These are all the things that I have started practicing in my everyday life so that I can achieve my chemical-free skincare goals. And these are all science-backed things. It's not like I'm making all these things up myself. So if you're interested, keep watching. I get people discussing about their skin issues all the time and also about what products to be put on the skin for a particular kind of issue. I don't usually become a part of that conversation because I don't use any store-bought products on my skin. I do use soaps on my body, but then I do try and buy the soaps which are made locally, handmade by some person. And B, I believe topical skincare is only a small piece of the puzzle. The larger piece of the puzzle is all related to your diet, nutrition, and lifestyle. I used to spend so much time on finding the right product for my extremely dry skin. And also because I live in a country where the weather is very cold and dry, so my skin tend to become really flaky. I used a lot of natural brands and their expensive product ranges, which tend to work at first, at least it seemed like they're working, but then after a few days or a couple of months, they lost their touch. And that was because my skin got used to the chemicals. But that was then. Now I do realize that my skin, like my life, doesn't need to be perfect all the time. Imperfections are fine. A pimple here and there is fine. But what I do need to do is change my diet and lifestyle so that my skin can become healthy in long term. Okay, so now that we have talked about the context here, let's move on to the tips. These tips are going to help you in premature aging, fine wrinkles, acne, and dry skin. So the first tip is eat a healthy diet consistently. I know it's not like even a tip here and I did not want to mention it in the video, but then it's important because otherwise none of the other tips that I'm going to mention thereafter would make any sense if you are not eating a healthy diet consistently. What exactly is a healthy diet? Now that's a million-dollar question. Diet is not something we can define under one-size-fits-all category. It's something very individual. Something that works for me might not work for you. But the one thing that sticks predominantly is a diet full of real foods, whole foods, and less packaged foods. So that builds the base of this video, and now let's move on to our tip number 1. Reduce refined sugar. There is a direct connection between refined sugar and skin issues like sagging, wrinkles, premature aging. I used to eat a lot of refined sugar in my 20s, but that not only damaged my gut badly, but also made my skin broke out at least every month, especially during my periods. Now, what is it that makes sugar the problem? There is a process called glycation. In very layman terms, the extra sugar molecules that you consume attach themselves to the collagen inside our body and make it stiff. Now, we all know how much collagen is important to keep our skin healthy and supple. And these sugar molecules make that collagen less elastic and let your skin sag and start having wrinkles. So if you want to prevent premature aging and wrinkles, it would be a good idea to avoid refined sugar as much as possible. I'm going to do a video very soon on this channel on how to reduce sugar consumption, so stay tuned for that. Tip number 2, limit high glycemic foods. Now, what is high glycemic food? It is something that raises your blood sugar very quickly. If you want to learn more about it, I have a lot of information in the description for you. Some examples of high GI food include cakes, cookies, chips, white bread, and even the food items that are considered healthy like instant oats. In the category of our Indian foods, high GI foods are ready-made packet snacks like bhujia, roasted salted peanuts, namkeens, packet juices, or even home-fried food like puri, bhature, etc. High GI foods are directly associated with acne and breakouts. So if you have a problem with acne and breakouts, it would be a good idea to stick to either low GI foods or medium GI foods. I have more information given in the description for you. Number 3, eat enough protein and vitamin C in your diet. Now, if you are taking a well-balanced whole food plant-based diet, chances are you are getting enough protein and vitamin C. But I still wanted to mention it here so that you know the importance of why these two things are so important. Let's talk about protein first. If you are on a calorie restricted diet or if you're trying to lose weight, make sure you are getting enough protein. And also, if you are eliminating a complete food group from your diet, let's say for any medical reasons, then you need to be extra careful about the sources of protein and vitamin C in your diet and need to make sure that you're getting enough of it. Coming on to vitamin C. When we are stressed, our body uses up more vitamin C than normal. So, if you are going through a stressful phase of your life, try and make sure to include more vitamin C so that at least it doesn't impact your skin long term. Number 4, eat enough omega 3 fatty acids. Now, why is omega 3 so important for our skin? Omega 3 fatty acids manage oil production in skin and hence reduces extreme dryness. They reduce inflammation throughout. They also help with acne and reduces premature aging. Now, if your diet is a whole food plant based diet like my diet, you would be getting your omega 3 fatty acids from walnuts, flaxseed, pumpkin seeds, seaweed, chia seeds, hemp seeds, beans, legumes, etc. If for any reason you are unable to include all these things in your diet regularly, you can also take some supplements if you are suffering from skin issues. I have given some links in the description, you can go check out from there. Number 5, eat enough fruits and vegetables in your diet. Now, this one kind of ties up with the base tip that to eat a healthy diet altogether, and that to me is eating a lot of fruits and vegetables in my diet anyway. Based on science, I would suggest that at least half of your plate should consist of fruits and vegetables in every meal. Try and eat a variety of local and seasonal produce and keep rotating them every week so that your body can get all the combinations in the right season. So, for example, something like watermelon has lycopene, which helps with the sun damage. And what is the season for watermelons? Summers. We can take another example of onion, which has quercetin, which helps with scar reductions. So it's really a good idea to eat a variety of local and seasonal produce so your body can get a combination of different vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. Number 6, get enough zinc. Now, I would like to clarify here that I do not advocate having any one particular vitamin or mineral to help your skin and hair healthy, but it is scientifically proven to have a link between low levels of zinc and acne. So, if you are one of those who suffer from acne, breakouts, or pimples regularly, I think it would be a good idea to include zinc rich foods or taking supplements for a short while and see if it makes any difference. By the way, I had made another video on including zinc and vitamin C in your diet to help boost your iron levels. So if you are one of those who are constantly tired and get exhausted very quickly, go check out that video from here and I hope that will help you out. Number 7, avoid dairy products altogether. Now, I do realize that it is a controversial topic to discuss, but it is scientifically proven to have a link between consuming dairy and having more acne. I have given the link in the description, by the way. Also, in Ayurveda, it is suggested not to take dairy if you have any consistent skin issues like eczema or psoriasis. So, if you are suffering from any skin issues, I think it would be a good idea to go off dairy completely for at least 3 months and see if that improves your condition. So that's it for today, guys. In the next video of this series, I'm going to talk about some lifestyle changes. So if you are interested, stay tuned and please give this video a thumbs up so I can do more research on bringing such kind of videos and content for you. Till next time, take care. Bye.